I have a dear friend and we had a conversation about boundaries, and that made me think about, as a homemaker, what kind of boundaries I have. So I thought I will bring it up here in my video and I will share my thoughts on it. The reason why it's hard to see the boundaries as a homemaker, because when we are home, it's the same place for rest and for the endless chores. The first step to the solution is to recognize the blurry lines. Running a home is not an easy job. We do it after getting home from work, or we do it in full time with kids or without kids. We all have the same goal. We want a nurturing home that supports our mental and physical health without sacrificing our own mental and physical health. First of all, I want to mention what can sabotage this goal, and the number one is comparing. This is the hardest since we have social media and even just seeing friends. We are in a different era or different time in our life. It's very unfair to compare ourselves with someone that is not living our life. So the next one would be the expectation, and that is coming from comparing ourselves to others. Then we hire our expectation and we have to stick to a realistic list. And the third one is distraction, and not the kids. Kids are not the distraction, it's the other way around. Homemaking is the distraction from kids. The fourth point is acceptance, and that means not every day will be productive. There are going to be days, no matter how hard we try, we're still going to be not moving forward with the things that we wanted to do, and that's okay. That's normal. There's nothing wrong about aiming for a better or more productive act, but if I start to see the effect on me, I'm getting more stressful. Either I'm saying yes to too much things outside of the home or inside of my home. And as much as we love our family, they can push our boundaries as well. I always try to do my best. However, it's impossible to accomplish everything every day. So I like to prioritize, and this is where I draw my line: food and clothing. So that means make sure I have a laundry that is going, so I wash a load of laundry, and then have some basic food that is healthy and nutritious for my kids. So these two to keep in mind. It simplifies the things if I get overwhelmed. Simplifying things to the degree where it's easier to keep up with. Realizing what's worth my time. I started to being more flexible and letting go of the details, and I became more aware of when to let go some tasks. Teamwork sounds great. I'm all up for it. But how about if your team doesn't listen, or only listen to a certain degree and then they forget about it? My family is glad to help me with the chores, but I have to keep asking them and reminding them. So I came up with two solutions that was very helpful to take care of the dirty dishes that was piling up. When my boys were little, it was a little bit easier because I was giving them the snack, but since they become teenagers, they more freely coming to the pantry and then just they forget about the dishes. So one way I was able to track this back to put a limit on the plates. And I have some extra ones, I just tuck them away in an inconvenient area, so they basically forced to wash a dish if they wanna eat again. That was one thing that worked very well. And the other one was when I had to clean up the dishes after them, I just didn't cook. I told them, sorry, I just have to clean up the kitchen, so I don't have time to cook. I never had to do this ever again.
Did you know that you would be leaving me just like the winter snow? Tell me and be honest. Tell me, should I know that you'd be leaving me so I can't let you go, baby.
There are days when I feel discouraged to do things, and I have to check for myself what could be the reason for that. Maybe I just had my boundaries done, I overdid the things at home, or I just need to get out of the house, or I just have to take care of my own personal boundaries, not as a homemaker but as a person.
You got me started, I just can't stop. No, no. 'Cause I love you, baby. I can't let you go, baby. I gotta tell you that.
Joel is home early because he took off a day to take care of some things at the DMV.
So true. When I was down and out, along came you.
Since we have the other half of the day, we're going to visit a nursery.
I just can't quit you now 'cause I love you. Yes, I do.
Once I started to pay attention to my boundaries inside of my home, I started to have a healthier way of taking care of my home.
No, no, no.
Spring is coming very slowly here on the Pacific Northwest, so we're going to help our mood with some plants.
Some people have written books, some have a great book, covers the magazines, forget to blue sky and just waiting for a sign.
The weather requires some soup, so I am going to make a very simple one. I was able to buy a beautiful huge head of cauliflower, so I am going to make some soup out of it and some other dish as well. Once the carrots are soft, I'm going to add the cauliflower. Blanching the leftover cauliflower that is left from the soup, and I'm going to set it aside. Making some easy gluten-free dumplings for the soup, and the recipe you can find it on my website. I will leave the link down below in the description box. starting a new day with sleeping in a little bit more, and that's including the whole entire family. I think the rainy weather, it gave us the false feeling that it's too early. Nope, we kind of late with everything. While half of the family is trying to catching up with the outside chores, we're going to fix some very fast lunch and breakfast. My older son takes on his breakfast to make it, and I'm trying to making the lunch, which is meatballs from Costco, and for my younger son, he wanted to eat some pasta. To blanch some broccoli. Zsolt is pinching in to clean this pot.
May sumuto ba?
Zsolt has been working on the outside on a big project, and today I'm going to give him a hand to help him a little bit. He's been working on to clean up the property, and we needed bigger excavator for that, but it would have been ruin our driveway, so that's why we put the boards down. As we were working outside, my card got full, so I started to do some work on the computer and downloading the pictures. It's the late afternoon, so everybody is home. We're going to head out again. On the way back, we had to stop at Walmart to pick up some box for the chickens, and that's when I spotted this stainless steel thermos, and I also picked up some lids for my jars. I am going to make a homemade cleaner that is a little bit different that I previously made. Basically, I'm just going to make a tea with some rosemary and tangerine and lime. My friend gave me some pickled broccoli stems. We enjoyed it so much. Since I have some leftovers, I'm going to recreate it, but I'm going to add some fun touch to it. I have some cookie cutters that are small, so I can use them on the vegetables to create fun shapes. I added 1 drop of dish soap, and this tea mixture is just worked really well. Everything was shiny and sparkling clean.
I've been running most of my life, blowing smoke everywhere around.
Since I have lots of zucchinis, I'm going to make some dairy-free cheese. I made this in the past, but this time I want to use some fresh herb and some flowers.
Count to 10, then open up my eyes. If you're gone, I'll take it as a sign. But if you stay, then baby hold me tight and send me off with the words of a lullaby.
I will put it into the refrigerator for an hour. I let the water boil, then I'm going to put carefully all the eggs in there, and I'm going to turn on my timer exactly for 10 minutes, so that way they won't be overcooked and the yellow part will be super bright color and it won't be dry. The whole inspiration to make these deviled eggs came from when I went to the store to pick up something for the birthday parties, and I find these cute piping tips that worked really beautifully on the cupcake, and I want to try it now with the deviled eggs. The zucchini cheese hardens really fast. With the help of the silicone molds, I can get all sorts of shapes. While the cauliflower is baking in the oven, I'm going to make a side dish, and I'm going to cook the potato just until it's a little bit soft, about halfway. Thank you so much for watching until the end. If you enjoy this content, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I will see you soon in the next one. Bye!